I've been an industrial real estate broker for over 15 years, and in this video, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how you can find warehouse and manufacturing property listings on your own. Now, I don't want you to get to the end and feel this was an infomercial to use a broker, so I'll state up front that if you're about to make a purchase, sale, or lease decision, I recommend to find a broker that specializes in industrial real estate exclusively in your market. You'll see as I break down the process of finding properties that having a broker who simultaneously is an expert in the field and has your best interests in mind will help you out tremendously. But there are certainly times when you don't need a broker. Perhaps you're considering investing in industrial real estate but want to get a better sense of the market before you get more serious. Or maybe you have a lease renewal coming up and you want to get a general idea of what comparable buildings are available. Or you could be a new business that needs to get some high-level numbers to incorporate into a business plan, or you might even be doing research for a school project. Whatever your reason might be, in this video I'll point you in the right direction to find most of the available properties. I'll also explain why getting to 100% is a mythical unicorn that nobody will be able to find. As we go through these steps, I'll use this guide over here to help illustrate what percentage of the available listings I'd estimate you'd find along the way. So step 1, which is definitely the easiest step, is to go to the national listing databases. There are big platforms such as LoopNet.com or Crexi.com, which have listings in all the major markets. If you're in Canada, two other popular options are Spacelist.ca and Realtor.ca. These platforms allow you to do map-based searches, narrowing in on certain fields such as size, area, and budget. They're handy websites to do quick searches on, but also be prepared that many properties are not listed on these sites, and since the data is not updated in real time, you'll still need to inquire if the property is still available. It's an estimate based on my own experience, and it can certainly vary from market to market, but I suspect you'll only find about 50% of all available listings on these platforms. And that might be enough to give you a better sense of the market. But if real dollars are at stake, you'll undoubtedly want to find the remaining listings. So that takes us to step number 2, and that's going to individual brokerage and landlord websites in your market. Consider this an exercise in going past page 1 on Google. To help you build out a list, I'll post a link in the description to Lipsy & Company's top 25 commercial real estate brands. These are predominantly national or international companies who likely have a presence in your market. It's a manually intensive process, but go to each of their websites and conduct a search of their listings. Based on my experience, this will get you to 75 to 80% range of all available listings. Moving on to step 3, where more work leads to more results. This step involves physically driving the industrial areas in your market and looking for availabilities. It is time intensive, but it will allow you to uncover all the smaller players in the market that still have a healthy share of the market. It might include smaller landlords that elect to self-manage and lease their own properties, or boutique brokerages that do not have the same marketing budgets as larger firms. When you're driving these areas, take note of buildings that might be vacant that do not have any signs on them. It takes even more work to track down who the owner is, but you might be able to uncover an opportunity before it even hits the open market. Driving through the industrial areas also gives you a deeper understanding of the market, and in my opinion is one of the most productive things you can do to deepen your knowledge on the topic. Jotting down all the opportunities you note and further investigating it can take you to 90% of all available listings. Moving on to step 4 will help you get closer to finding the rest. It involves contacting brokers, landlords, and property owners to see what they have coming available or if they'll consider selling in the future. The nature of industrial real estate leasing is that tenants often enter into longer-term leases, and this leads to a longer lead time on when tenants give notice to leave. This means that property owners and brokers might be aware of an upcoming vacancy several months before it actually happens. This last stage is the toughest because it's difficult for tenants or buyers to gain access to this pipeline of future opportunities. The reality is that larger and sophisticated buyers and tenants often get brought this information before it gets sent out to the public as a whole. But if you're fortunate enough to be in this position, I suspect it'll take you to roughly 95% of all available opportunities. And I stop at 95% because I don't think there's anyone in the market, whether it's a broker, advisor, consultant, anyone who can get you to 100% because there are simply a number of deals that get done that never actually hit the open market. Maybe it's a landlord who leases an upcoming vacancy to an existing tenant in their portfolio, or it's an owner that sells a property to a friend, colleague, or family member. If you're in the market to buy or lease industrial real estate, you'll just need to accept that there's some slippage in the form of properties being first sent to select buyers or tenants, or off-market deals happening before anyone is aware of them. But instead of focusing on that small percentage of deals that aren't available to you, I think it's more productive to focus your efforts on finding as many of the options that you can find. It takes legwork, it takes time, effort, and money, but having a solid grasp on the market can often be the difference between success and mediocrity. It really can be the difference between making a confident decision or one that you will later regret. If you decide on working with a broker, I'd start by getting recommendations from other professionals that you know. Ask your lawyer, your accountant, banker, or any other business owners that you know and see if they have anyone they can recommend. And speak with a few brokers. Find the one that you feel is an expert and is also personally committed to seeing you succeed. I've been working on a series of videos on industrial real estate. If you want to learn more about the industry, check this one out here. And if you got any value from this, please hit that like button. It'd mean a lot to me. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.